I'm not a stinking sheep. My little devotional this morning referred to us humans as sheep, and it talked about how dumb sheep are. And good jam, a good reggae cover. I teach next to a livestock management class, and they manage a bunch of sheep, and the kids are always saying how dumb the sheep are. And I'm like, how can a sheep be dumb? But going back to this thing that I was reading this morning, it was like, if one sheep walks off a ledge, like the other ones might also follow it. They don't defend themselves, they're like uncoordinated, they can't really run that fast. I guess they are a dumb kind of animal, but I refuse to be a freaking sheep. Gosh darn it. I'm so much cooler than a sheep, but secretly I know I am a dumb sheep. I do what the person in front of me is doing. I make all the same mistakes as my forefathers. We're sheep, you know what I mean? We're led by so many other things than the one thing we should be led by. And we wonder why we're so jacked up and need all the health supports, all, you know, anyway. Let's be sheep dogs, okay? I'll take that. I've always liked the comparison. Sun in the face kind of feels great right now. It's low enough to where, you know, anyway. The comparison, lion and the lamb, right? I think I grew up being a lamb, just kind of like soft, and I'm like, dude, I want to be the lion. But then there's the sheepdog, who's like the in-between. I didn't hear about that. I'm like, you either have to be a lion or a lamb. Like the sheepdog protects the sheep from the lion and is not, you know, known to be aggressive, but when confronted with the enemy forces, will stand up to him and defend what is his. So, if you gotta be a sheep, I think you should be a sheepdog. And I hope the sheepdog is pretty smart, you know what I mean? Speaking of dogs, our vet tech program on campus spays and neuters a lot of them. We also dissect the ones that don't make it, that get donated by the community. And I was just minding my own business, having a good little walk up back from the office to my class. And the vet tech teacher's like, hey, we just got a delivery. And he said, please refrigerate. And there's a box, and I'm like, oh no, what's in the box? And I guess the kids got to dissect a puppy. Anyway, hi Liz. Whoa, stay on the road. Alright. So we're all dumb sheep. Now what do we do? I feel like a sheep. I'm like on the freeway with all these other dumb people. Sorry, they're not dumb. All these other very wonderful people. And I'm just going the same way they're going. I'm like, oh yeah. But it's okay. Anyway. For the record, slept with hostage tape, which is a great marketing name for a mouth tape company, and it actually stayed on all stinking night, even over all of that. But I was having dreams. In my dreams, people were wearing the tape, and in my dreams, I was telling people about the tape. And in my dreams, I like pulled it off, and I'm like, oh, that didn't hurt at all. Wow, this is magical tape. And then I woke up, and I'm like, oh crap, I've got to pull this tape off, and that'll wake you up. Pulling a nasal strip off your nose to open up your nose, pulling tape off. switched around. So had to get all 3 kids up, and all 3 kids to different locations. Both grandmas. It's weird to call them grandmas because we have cooler names, Mimi and Graham, you know. And Palmer to school. And I think my message to myself is, Kyle, oh yeah, you want to hop in there? Go ahead. Kyle, this too shall pass. There will be a day where all my kids are going to the same school and I will just get to have one drop. There will be mornings where I don't have to do this little recording thing. And I know I don't have to, but I said I was going to. So that means I got to do what I say. So I feel like I have to, but I get to, right? You switch it to the get to. I get to do this. But these 3 different drops, these crazy mornings of, again, waking kids up and feeding kids and showering kids and getting kids ready and packing kids. Like, there will be a day where I am retired. That'll be awesome. I will celebrate those days. Right when I became a dad, was already looking forward to becoming a grandparent, which sounds wild. Because being a parent is hard. Talked with a young woman yesterday who has a 1.5-year-old, and she's like, my world has been rocked. And I'm like, oh yes, you said it. Yeah, in the best of ways. Kids bring, and I've said it before, but life before kids is on a scale of 1 to 10, and then after kids, the scale is like a -10 to a 20. Meaning, I think you get what it means. The good can be so much better, and the worst can also be way worse. You know what I mean? I can think of a lot of terrible things that I don't want to think about. And that's a wild thing too. That's what I'm trying to teach Griffin. Griffin is like reverting back to this, scared to just be in the kitchen by himself in the middle of the day. And I'm like, bro, shut your brain off. His brain is so intelligent that it's like he's overthinking everything. And I'm like trying to help him through it, because I'm like, you are going to go crazy. Like not being able to be by yourself. Yeah, anyway, I think you get it. So, all that in the bag of potato chips on a Wednesday for you. Okay? That's what I got. Don't be a sheep. If you're going to be a sheep, make sure you're following who you're supposed to follow. And I think you should be a sheepdog, alright? Okay. I'm done. Peace out.